Good day, guys. Welcome to arbitrage trading. Welcome to Forex Walker. Today, I have an issue. The breaking news is that the U.S. president is uh, has disappeared. Nobody knows. Okay, the guys who are up there with him, they know where he is, but most of us we don't know where he is. The last time he gave us a speech. Was a long time ago. So we are looking forward to having a spike on the volatility index, and the high possibility that we might get a spike, but it does not need to be as big as this one. But in terms of price action, you need a spike that is actually bigger than this one for you to be able to hold your positions. Just there were those positions that I held uh, because of the spike that we had in April. Those were the commodity currencies, AUD, NZD. The CAD did not give us that much of a spike, and so that's how we have this trade. At the moment, I'm having issues with my microphone, and every single microphone that I tried did not work out for me. So I'll be trying to record less on the coming days. So today is the first. Let me hover over this candle. Check the date down here. Today is the 1st of September. So the official day of summer here in South Africa or the Southern Hemisphere. So the trade that we were looking at is it looks like it's continuing to move higher, but because the US dollar is continuing to give us a bullish economic signal, which I believe might last for the whole month of September, we might get something like this. It does not necessarily have to give us a pullback from what we're looking at here. The reason being the commodities are taking off because of the closure of the year. We're moving towards the closure of the year, and that's the reason why I believe this move will continue, even if the US dollar is bullish. You can see that when it's bullish, we just have something like this. So, because of that kind of bullish move in the commodities here in the southern hemisphere, I believe that we might be getting that bull move, uh, even if it has to give us a pullback. It'll be some kind of a sideways move instead of an actual pullback. But that is for those who take negative carries. I'm not interested in this trade, but I have collected the information over time, and I know how the commodities behave, which is from August to November. For December, we'll be having bullish commodities, whether it's gold, silver, uh, probably in platinum, and commodity currencies as well. But at the moment, I don't see any response economically on the AUD, NZD, and the CAD, and those are things that I'm looking at. So another one happens from March, April, May, June. That's towards the closure of the towards the summer in the northern hemisphere. So those are the times that which the markets move, uh, the commodities move. So here we have a beautiful economic divergence that I believe will not give us any form of a pullback because of the current economic divergence. The pound will continue to pump, and the JPY on the month of September will also be bearish. That means this currency will continue. The CHF does the same, but Uh, Most of the time, the CHF is doing well in terms of inflation and GDP. So because of that, we might be looking forward to boom bust process or the exit of the the recession uh, on the CHF before we get it on the JPY. But the CHF is not doing well economically. But if we have to compare the two currencies, we know that most of the time, because of the safe haven nature of uh, the JPY, the safe haven nature of the JPY is higher compared to that of the CHF, and the CHF most of the time when the economies are doing well, you might get some bullish pressure on it. But at the moment, the JPY actually collapses more compared to the CHF, especially when we're exiting the recession. Remember that trade that we took with the pound SGD Singapore dollar? This trade will continue to move higher, and this pullback that I have drawn here, we're not getting it. We're not getting it. I believe that the only part where we got a pullback is here with the where you see the test after the spring the test, and the market took off. So I believe that's the only pullback that we had. Even though we have an FVG, the fair value gap that needs to be filled. I don't believe it will be filled, especially because of the huge economic divergence that we have at the moment. And my hope was that the Singapore dollar could become as bullish as the US dollar, but it is not. It is not getting there. So the pound will be pumping freely without any oppositions. And I believe the Singapore dollar will continue to collapse, which means that the pullback into the filling of this FPG will not happen. So the continuation higher will be happening. Or perhaps if we do get some kind of a huge pullback here, it might get to the FPG, I don't know, and actually take us all the way out of the recession. Okay, the pound is not exiting the recession, but because of the economic divergence, I believe that it might be taking us, it might be giving us what looks like a boom bust process, which is a rally based rally that we were talking about. The rally based rally, something like this, the replica of this appearing up here, not something that we were trying to get in the future. This is the second rally, the rally based rally. That's something that I believe we might be getting into. And let's talk about the trade that I don't like, which is the pound CAD. The economic divergence created by the CAD and the US dollar and the JPY are not equal. In fact, the one that we have with the JPY is huge compared to that of the SGD, and the CAD is actually moving towards a recovery of the recession. So the CAD is actually waiting for, it's about to give us that boom, that major bust that we're looking at is about to, the CAD is about to exit the recession. We're just looking forward to a few economic releases that will actually exit us out of the recession. The CAD is moving sideways. It's responding towards the economic reports that we have been having so far. And I believe that the CAD will actually destroy this trade somewhere up there because it will exit the recession. So when it does that, it will be opposing the movement that the pound is giving us, and the pound is actually slowing down at the moment. It's not as bullish as before. So because of the last interest rate cut that we had on the pound, I really don't have that much of hope in the currency. and it might take a little bit of a while before the pound recovers from the recession. Uh, okay, I'll be looking forward to the economic releases between the pound and the CAD, but the CAD is not giving us a bearish move; it's giving us a sideways move, and economic divergence requires one currency to be bullish and the other to be bearish. So that's why we call it an economic divergence. But when one currency is bullish and the other is moving sideways, that's not necessarily an economic divergence. Nevertheless, the currency will be bullish. It will continue to be bullish because the other currency is not really fighting against the movement of this one currency that we're talking about. So the pound CAD will continue moving higher, even though it did not give us that huge economic divergence that we're looking for. And we'll be looking forward to those two currencies, but I don't have any form of hope in this trade. I don't believe in the progress that it has. I would rather look at the pound JPY that took off when we were looking at that spike on the volatility index and our expectations of what will happen to the JPY once we get out of the spike. This is the 9th of April 2025. I hope you can see the date down here, the 9th of April. And our volatility index trade allowed us to stay. The volatility index trade allowed us to observe what the volatility index is doing, and we were able to hold a trade from the JPY. Normally, after we get the spike in the JPY in the volatility index, the JPY move is directly proportional to the volatility index. It moves in the same direction, and after the spike, we know that the JPY will lose strength for a long time, and that's how we choose our currencies wisely, so that we can hold a trade like this. That takes a long time before we get to its take profit level. However, this trade will continue to move higher because the economic divergence is still there, and the pound is bullish, and that's the reason why I'm looking forward to holding this trade for a long time. And because when we started recording these videos, we were not in on the pound JPY trade. It's just something that I have to show it to you guys. Uh, uh, Thank you guys for watching my videos. We'll see you guys on the next episode. I just have an issue with my microphones, and I'll see how I can fix my microphone because all of my microphones are brand new, but they're giving me issues, all of them. So I don't know how to fix this issue. I don't know whether it's an issue with my laptop or what, but the microphone system is not working.